Okay, this is a follow-up video on the one I made last week. A 2021 Nissan Rogue. All keys lost. And today we're going to be using an OEM key because the aftermarket that we used last week wasn't actually perfect. You know, it lost its proximity, its comfort axis. So we're going to attempt to do this one more time with an original key. And for those that didn't see it last time, the way to do this is we got to remove the fuse panel and we got to connect to the computer back there, the body control module. And first things first, we got a T20 Torx right here that has to be removed. And from there, some other things. So let me just pause this. I'll get that screw out and we'll continue. Okay, so here's our T20 Torx. One screw. This guy comes out. Once he comes out, set him off to the side. We gotta pop up this little shitty cover right here. This guy comes out just like that. Next part is we need to remove the fuse box. And the fuse box is held on by just a stupid little clip over here, right about there. So that guy needs to come out. And let's see if we can do it. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in here and show you where the clip is. It's gonna be this guy right here. Let's see if I got a better view of that. Okay, right there. This guy holds the fuse box, so just push it in like that. And this guy should come right out. Let me hit it again, one-handed. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this down for a second. I need both hands. Let's see. So once you depress that little clip in there, the whole fuse box just drops. And actually from here, there we go, just like that. So this guy gets out of the way, and our target is gonna be, if you can see that, one of these connectors over here. We need our 40-pin Nissan cable to connect to there. What I like to do is just two 10mm bolts, 1, 2, and the whole body control module will slide out. So let me pause this and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so like I said, you need a long extension with a 10mm socket on the back end of it, and we're going to go after 1 and 2. These two guys get removed, the whole body control module slides out. Okay, so we get our two 10mm bolts removed. And now you're gonna see what I mean. There's just a little tab right here that needs to be lifted up, just like that. Okay, and here's our BCM. We need access to, let's see if I can, there we go, just like that. So we need to remove, this is our 40-pin connector, this one right here. There we go, that's a better shot of it. You know, same thing. One stupid little clip here holding it in place, and it pops out. I'm gonna pause that, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. Okay, so this is what we're trying to remove right here. This guy right there, this guy just comes right out. And now we're gonna get our 40-pin Nissan cable, connect to this, connect over here, and then run our line OBD to the programmer. So Stand by, let me get my cables, and you'll see the connection. Okay, so again, we're going to be programming an OEM refurb. This is a 4-button with auto start, remote start. These new Nissans, man, they only like OEM keys. This is going to work because it's an original, but even though it's been refurbed, it's still an original. So here's our new key. And we're going to be programming with our lawn door. And this is our 40-pin cable. One end's going to connect to the BCM. This other side is going to connect to the connector that we removed from the BCM. One side goes to our programmer. This end goes right to the OBD port. Okay, so stand by. Okay guys, so just like last week's video, we're going to be programming with our Lawns door programmer and the Lawns door 40-pin BCM connector. So let's get into this. Okay. All right, let me show you this connection here. So you got two ends, you know? This is the part we removed. So now we need to reinstall this end into the BCM. It only goes one way. I can't do it with one hand, so let me pause this for a second and I'll show it to you. Okay, so we got one end in right there. This other end, the female side, goes here, like that. Let's see if I can do that one-handed, and I can't. But you get the idea. This guy's gonna connect in here like this. Yeah, gotta pause it. Okay, so anyways, we're connected now, right to the BCM. The other end of the cable, as I said before, one side's going to connect to our OBD. Come on. One guy's going to go in here, the other end to the cable, to the programmer. All right, so here's a better shot of it. You know, here's our standard OBD cable that goes to the programmer. One end goes to the OBD. And this is the one that actually goes to the OBD port. And that guy's going to get connected like we normally do. Okay, so just to recap. Standard OBD cable for the programmer gets connected to the 40-pin cable, the 40-pin Nissan BCM cable. And it tails off. One end actually goes to the OBD port, right? The other end connects to the BCM, like we just did before, here and here. Now we can get to programming. So let me get my, let me get set up here and we'll pick it up in a second or two. Man, okay. Okay, we're back. So if you remember last week, I programmed a Nissan 5-button universal, which was incorrect. It was the wrong FCC. This key works, but you have to press it up against the push to start, you know, to actually start the car, and the button configuration is wrong. You know, the car still starts, but you know, it's not perfect. That's because Nissan doesn't like to play ball with the aftermarket. They want their own product. So here's our refurbed key with the correct button configuration. Remote start, lock, unlock, and panic. Okay, so here we go. Let's go to Nissan. Let's go from vehicle, North America. This is a Rogue. This is a Rogue. Okay, this is a Rogue. Here we go, Rogue. And we got a 20, this is a 2021. Push to start. And what we're gonna do is, let's just go with all keys lost. It's gonna delete my old key. I'll reburn this to another car. And we'll be good to go. So let's go, all smart keys lost. Yes, we're connected. Yes. Ignition off, hazards on. Okay, hazards on. Okay, put a smart key to be programmed with the logo upwards on the ignition switch. Here we go. Let's do that. Now we're gonna click OK. Come on. Let me click OK. So here it says count of new keys 1, old keys 0, current key count 1. Okay, let's click OK. No, we want to cancel. We already programmed one. So let me go to cancel. We're going to click OK. Put a smart key to be programmed with the logo and show the key's logo. Do not remove the key from the ignition. Yeah, okay, do it one-handed, Paul. Okay. Failed to program. Keys in the wrong spot. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to need 2 hands for this, but it's standard operating procedure. Let me pause this. Fucking A, man. All right, so basically, I needed 2 hands. This is the correct key position where it has to be, right up against the push to start. And it was a quick thing. Programmed successfully. Do we want to program the next one? We do not. So we're going to hit cancel. Okay, let's see if the key starts. Moment of truth. Why is this not working? All right, so we got this thing started. Let's see if our buttons work. We got lock, we got unlock, we got lock. So that's good. Let me shut this off. Click OK. Checking the keys, do not exit this function. Operators per prompts below and click OK. Unplug the connector, reinstall the gateway module connected by the OPT board, and turn the ignition on. Okay, let me pause this and disconnect everything. Okay, so this is kind of a shitty video, but OEM key, it's a refurb. This is important on Nissans, you know. If you choose the wrong button configuration or the wrong FCC, it's not going to work right. So this one works properly. I don't have to hold it here to start the car, you know, like the other one. So I can just keep this here in the front seat. We'll hit the start button, you know. That's the way it's supposed to work. Just like that. And this also has remote start. So we're gonna lock, hold this down, and come on, don't make me a liar. Lock the car, hit the button. There we go. Remote start. Okay, so this is a good programming job with the right key. I actually had to call a Nissan dealer. I gave him the VIN number, you know, just to get the correct part number. Because you know how Nissans are, they got so many different variations to their proximity fobs. So I was able to get the right part number from the dealer. I matched it up to one of my supplier websites and ended up getting the proper key. And that's it. This job is done. 21 Nissan Rogue in the books. Hope this video was helpful.